Good night, America, and we're back on the Fowler Show. Oh, you didn't think we weren't going to talk about it. It's time for my favorite segment, Can We All Just Get Along? And of course we're talking about it. Kanye West joined TMZ on Tuesday to tell the newsroom that he loves Donald Trump. In an hour-long interview, West made a number of controversial statements, including telling the crew that he feels slavery was a choice. West was eventually challenged by a TMZ employee who gave the rapper a thorough history lesson on slavery and racism. The internet blew up in responses to the interview, praising the TMZ employee for standing up to Kanye and chastening the rapper for his insensitive comments. While Kanye has since tried to backpedal on his statement, it will be a while before the internet lets him forget this one. America, this has been a Kanye palooza of 2 weeks. And this, I gotta tell you, I am no psychiatrist and I am not going to diagnose Kanye with mental illness because I don't have the authority to do it. But what I will say is this. Over the past 2 weeks, it seems to me that somebody might have an album coming out or somebody is just looking for a little bit of attention. So Kanye West and his spirit dragon brother, Donald Trump, are in cahoots. And the cahoots got to the first, it started out with him saying that he agrees with President Trump and how we've got to like work on MAGA and we've got to make MAGA empathetic. And to me, I was like, oh boy. And I said it, you know, we did a segment on it on Fox and I'm like, listen, if you guys want to have Kanye, if conservatives want Kanye, they can have him. And as soon as I said it, America, this is why I said this. Because I know Kanye. Not personally, but I know Kanye's PR track record. And as soon as I said it, look at what happened. He goes and he says something insane. And now conservatives are forced to defend it. And I've watched some of them try, like I've literally watched some of them do it. How basically they said, oh, well, what he was trying to say was free thought is slavery. And I'm like, that is some spin. I watched the interview. I listened to the words, but don't take my word for it, folks, because I don't like the spin here at the Fowler Show. Why don't you listen to Kanye West telling you his thoughts about slavery?
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like...
Clearly in that clip, you hear Kanye West say this. Being enslaved for 400 years seems like a choice to me. Now, brother Kanye, you know, maybe Samuel L. Jackson tweeted, instead of paying some of these rappers these millions of dollars we do, maybe we should give that money to teachers so they can educate these rappers a little bit better. And maybe Samuel L. Jackson is right, because anybody who knows anything about history will know that slavery was indeed not a choice. And not only was it not a choice, but there were over 250 slave rebellions that took place in the United States. People literally jumped off ships on the Middle Passage to avoid enslavement. People put their lives on the line via the Underground Railroad. I mean, Harriet Tubman went back and forth to the South to free people from slavery. Nat Turner. And I can go on and on and on and on. So, brother Kanye, before you go around making these statements, right, because you have a Make America Great Again hat, you think you've transcended race. My brother, educate yourself about where our people have come from. Because you can't know where our people are going, and you can't be a spokesperson to our people if you don't know where we came from. And that is what happened in the TMZ newsroom, because a brother stood up.
And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. Ask everybody in here how many times we've had a Kanye West story and I've stood there, the only person to defend Kanye West because of what you meant to me. And then after that, you slapped me in my face by getting next to people who mean me harm.
Now, in all fairness to Kanye, we here at the Fowler Show are going to read you all the tweets that he tweeted following this TMZ dust-up to clarify his position. So here's tweet number 1. To make myself clear, of course, I know that slaves did not get shackled and put on a boat by free will. Tweet number 2. My point is for us to have stayed in that position even though the numbers were on our side means that we were mentally enslaved. They cut out our tongues so we didn't communicate to each other. I will not allow my tongue to be cut out. We are programmed to always talk and fight race issues. We need to update our conversation. And 4, the reason why I brought up the 400 years point is because we can't be mentally imprisoned for another 400 years. We need free thought now. Even the statement was an example of free thought. It was just an ideal. Now, yes, Kanye, I do believe that we as a people need free thought. I have free thought. We here at the Fowler Show live off of free thought. When we agree with the president, we applaud him here at the Fowler Show. When we disagree with the president, we thrash him here at the Fowler Show. But here's the truth, though. We also understand this. What's happening in this country, what's happening in the Trump administration under people like Jeff Sessions, you don't need to be free thought. If you have free thought, your free thought will be adamantly against it. Because while you, yes, Kanye, live in Calabasas with your beautiful wife, Kim Kardashian, and your kids in your protected cocoon, the rest of black people, the rest of black and brown society is being pillaged. Don't take my word for it. Talk to that family in Sacramento who lost their son while he was sitting in his grandmother's backyard when he was shot 20 times by the police. And Donald Trump said nothing. Talk to those 4 brothers, those 4 people of color who lost their lives at a Waffle House when a white man walked in with an AK-47 and shot them dead, my brother. Talk to the people the black people who live in Charlottesville, who on Friday nights was cowering for fear in their church as white men walk down the streets with tiki torches, yelling blood and soil. And then to add insult to injury, you have a president of the United States who comes out a couple days later and says that there were good people on many sides, when we all know there was only one side. You talk to my brothers and sisters from Haiti and my brothers and sisters from the continent of Africa when the president labels their countries a shithole. I'm not making this stuff up. These are all quotes from this president, Brother Kanye. So if you believe in free thought, that's one thing. But free thought does not escape the truth. It does not escape facts. It does not escape reality. And the reality is that this president likes to peddle in alt-rightness. He likes to peddle in white supremacy. And if you don't have free thought about that white supremacy, then you are not having real free thought. That's just my point.